What is going on, you guys? WonderBro here. I hope everyone is having an amazing night. I'm going to get straight to the point of the video, but before I do, I want to say one thing, and that one thing is thank you for 2K subscribers. I promise I'll get over it soon, but I'm just overjoyed and so very thankful for all of you. You're helping my dream come true, my dream being to help as many people as possible, and, to spread the word about acceptance and to enlighten people. So thank you for helping me help others. We're all helping each other here. So the point of this video, and of course as I'm recording it, I haven't titled it yet, but it'll probably something along the lines of leave your mind alone. We've talked a lot about the mind because the mind is the source of suffering. If it wasn't for thoughts, you wouldn't suffer. Everything would just be as it is, and there would be no suffering. Maybe on a surface level, maybe a physical pain, an emotion that's uncomfortable, but without it going through the mind, it wouldn't turn into suffering. It would just be what it is. Leave your mind alone. Now, meditation helps you to do this, and as I stated in my meditation video, do not get confused and think you have to go sit on top of a mountain to leave your mind alone, because that is incorrect. You don't have to sit in a certain stance, you don't have to hum, you don't have to order a robe. These are things that are done in tradition, but it's not something you have to do. Meditation can be a state of mind, and it's funny using that term state of mind when we're trying to get out of our minds, leave our minds alone, but you get my point. Meditation can be something you get up and do from the moment you wake till the moment you go to sleep. So when I say leave your mind alone, what I'm talking about is that little voice in your head that you relate to so much that you think is who you are, and it's not who you are. Leave that alone. You do not have to follow it where it wants to take you, which is usually to more and more and more negative thoughts. It's a never-ending spiral down a rabbit hole. You do not have to agree with it or disagree with it. You can just let it talk and just let that little voice do what it wants to do without you getting involved and leaving your mind alone. So when you go through life in this constant state of meditation, and you're evolving spiritually, and you're stepping out of the never-ending stream of thought, you start to learn that you are not your mind, and this is a place of great peace. Because it seems like from the moment we get up in the morning till the moment we lay down to sleep at night, everything is filtered through the mind, but it doesn't have to be that way. And you can start to disidentify with the mind, which will lead to peace. Because as you already know, it seems like the stream of thought is never ending, and it's usually 90% of the time negative. So when we leave our minds alone, what we're doing is we're accepting, and we're not following the stream of thought that's almost constant. And as we do this, it gets easier to do, and the mind starts to calm itself. Thoughts come less and less, and when they do come, they come with less of an emotional reaction from us, because our nervous system starts to heal if you're sensitized. But regardless, sensitized or not, this is a great practice, and this is the key to peace, whether you suffer with anxiety or not. People who aren't concerned with the feelings of anxiety, they don't care about anxiety, they can still suffer from so much thinking. So this is great for anybody and everybody. So what you do is you let your thoughts come, but you don't identify with them. You accept them, you don't try to run away from them, but you allow them, you observe them, you let them come, you let them go. Same thing with our feelings, it goes hand in hand. So leave your mind alone. You do not have to judge and label everything. You do not have to see the world through your mind. You do not have to see the world through thoughts. You can just simply be in the world as a life form, as consciousness, and enjoy life without all the suffering, without the filter of the mind. You can start to become the master of your mind. When you need it for practical purposes, you can use it. You can play around with it if you want to think on certain things. You can do that. I wouldn't recommend it because it usually leads to a rabbit hole. But as long as you know that you're the one in charge and not the other way around, you're fine. The thinking mind is great. It's amazing that we have it. But until you become the master of your mind, begin leaving your mind alone. Just begin to leave it alone. Live in the real world, which is the present moment. The mind puts you in the past, which is long gone and never coming back. The mind puts you in the future, which is just a construct of your mind. It's just an idea. It's just white noise. So the mind makes you suffer, and you're constantly labeling and judging things, which is usually incorrect in the end. Labels and judgments, we judge a book by its cover, that's all a thought, that's all a thought pattern. All these things that the mind does is completely useless. You can be a very productive, intelligent person that goes through life in a, I'll say, quote-unquote, correct manner without so much thinking. Believe it or not, you don't become a zombie. You don't lose your personality at who you are as, a life form. You don't lose these things. You're still who you are, and you can still make appropriate choices and decisions as they come without so much thinking. We don't need our minds like the mind tells us we need it. Leave your mind alone. It is a place of great suffering, and the more you start to leave it alone and become the observer, the passive observer with no judgments, thoughts, or labels, letting thoughts come without more thinking from you, letting thoughts come, letting feelings come, accepting, allowing, and just becoming the passive observer, focusing on the present moment. Maybe focus on a sound. It's good when we first start this practice if we have something to focus on. We're not running away or distracting. Again, we are accepting, allowing, not trying to change anything. Accepting, allowing, and getting on with our lives. Leave your mind alone, and you will start to become the master of your mind instead of the other way around. Alright, you guys? I love each and every one of you very much. Start practicing this today. It is very, very important. Dedication to this is key. Do not let your mind talk you out of doing this. The mind is tricky. It'll talk you right out of it. Do not let that happen. Every thought that enters your head is not yours, and it is just a thought. Accept, allow your thoughts and your feelings, and just simply be, and you will recover, and you will start to live a greater quality of life in the present moment, the only real moment that there is. I love you guys. Follow me on Instagram, WonderBroYo. Like me on Facebook, WonderBroYo. Follow the new Twitter, WonderBroYo. You can find all my social medias under WonderBroYo. If you'd like to make a donation, you can do so through PayPal at shorter1993@live.com. That will always be completely optional. I love you. Like, subscribe, share, join our growing YouTube family. 3K subscribers, here we come. Share me out with people who may need this advice. Let's start to, let's help the world. Let's help the world, and let's get these people the help that they need. I do not want anyone to suffer like I once did. It's uncalled for. It's not necessary. Alright, but I need your help to help others. I love you guys, and as always, stay awesome.